Alright guys, now let's take our pin out of here. And then we're going to reinstall the plug that goes in there. Okay, we can take this off. You're going to reinstall your plug and make sure it's got that little washer on it. Alright, let's put that back in there. And then I'm going to use a 10mm 1/4" drive socket with my 1/4" drive ratchet. Go till it stops. And then just a little bit more. That's it. Oh, man. Alright, we'll be right back. Up and we'll be right back. Alright, now we got our top cover. Now on your top cover, first you're going to have all these bolts left over. 2 of them going to stand out to you. One with the stud on the end, that one is going to go right here. Then
we'll go on the floor, maybe it'll fit there better.
God knows I love this woman.
You like saying that, don't you? You amuse yourself.
Alright, and then you got one that's longer than the others. And I forget where that goes.
That's good.
I don't know. I think right here to the top one. Right there. There you go. To the top one right there. Yeah, buddy. Alright. So let's lower this down. Onto the engine. Bring it in. Alright, and then just go around. Wait a minute. My bad. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Because we got a bolt right here. But how the heck, if that's in the party line. Oh, I snuck that out of there. That's what I did. I was able to get that out of there. You know, guys, no. Take this off. Take that back off. Because I snuck that out of there and I shouldn't have. Actually, this should have came off. The engine bracket. Let's put these bolts down. This engine bracket should actually go on next.
Shouldn't you have known that if you followed your party line, your Fiesta line?
But the problem is I must have took this out.
So you cheated?
No, Sylvia.
Yes? Do I know what?
Okay.
I know I'm going to get blamed for that.
You're in my way.
I knew I was going to get blamed for that.
That's right. They're always their fault.
Yep.
Alright, let's get these bolts started. What was it? Dang, there was a other bolt that. Son of a biscuit.
Probably on the floor.
Oh, there it is.
Told you.
Alright. What's so funny, Sylvia?
Nothing.
Alright, let's get these started and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I got a 13mm deep 3/8 drive, my 3/8 drive cordless ratchet, and I'm gonna bring this one in first. And then these two right here. You're gonna have one right there, and you got one inside of there. So let's get those tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright, now let's put our cover in. And just gotta go around that harmonic balancer. There we go. Okay, now on your bolts. Let me reach away for a second. Okay, now on your bolts on this, you're going to have one bolt longer than all the rest. That's the one that's going to go right here. So you want to get that one started in there. And all the rest of them are the same except for this 10 millimeter right here. The head of it is 10 millimeter. Threading is the same thing, but the head is a 10 millimeter. Put that to the side. So then you got one over here. You want to put these in and start them off by hand so we don't cross thread them. See, like that one almost did. What the heck, man? Okay. Then you got one going all around here. Now take your hand and follow around the cover. And there's one right over here. Now what I'm going to do here, let me check this up a little bit. Because you're going to have one right here. And just go around and put those in, except for those, there are going to be two at the bottom. You're going to have that 10 millimeter head one and one of the 8 millimeters. So to put the rest of them in, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're down by harmonic balancer, and you're going to have a bolt for that hole over there, and the one right over here. This one's taking just a regular 8 millimeter bolt, and this one's taking the one with the 10 millimeter head on it. And while we're down here, we go ahead and tighten them up. Now again, I'm using two sockets. Both is deep. One is an 8 millimeter, one is a 10 millimeter 3/8 drive. And it all depends on whether you control your air ratchet. I mean your air ratchet or cordless ratchet. Cause you just want to go there. Now if you're just using a regular ratchet, let me see. Let me bring this in. Now on a regular ratchet, try and get this thing to. Oh, using a 10 millimeter. That sucks. All right, so on a regular ratchet, you want to go till it stops, and then just a little bit more. That's it. It's just a plastic cover. But if you're familiar with using a cordless or air, you can control it, the speed, then you can just go ahead and bring those in. All right, let's switch over back to the 8, jack the engine up, and tighten the others around the cover. All right, we'll be right back. All right, next thing we're gonna do is let's put our water pump pulley on. Get those holes lined up and get one in there. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Then let's turn it and get the rest of them in there. Always important to start off by a couple threads. Alright, and then we're going to get ready to tighten them up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, let's get our strap wrench in here. Or if you don't have a strap wrench, guys, you can always use the Serpentine belt that comes with it and then just hold it in place also. I'm going to use my strap wrench right there. Then I'm going to take my 10 millimeter shallow on my cordless impact. Yeah, and then just loosen it up and turn it a little bit to the other two. Okay, tighten it up and get those tightened up. All right, let's tighten them up and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is install the alternator. Before we do that, we gotta bring it down here, and you got your wiring. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Got the bolt right here, the nut right here, what the wire goes to. And last time we had a hard time. Let's switch sides. I can't see. our wiring harness is down here. They don't get, where's our plug at? Biscuit. See, this harness is like right here, man. This harness is like, they don't give you like no kind of room at all. So let's try to get up in there. Let's plug up our alternator first. They couldn't make this thing a little, this wiring harness a little bit longer. Okay, we got it plugged up. Now, let's get our main wire. Hook that on, just like that. Get our 13mm nut and put that on by a couple threads. Nope. Definitely don't want this thing cross-threaded, so. Alright. You know, okay. Now, you're gonna have 3 bolts here. Actually, this one's gonna be a stud. So, this one is long right here. That's gonna go right here. Okay. Then you're gonna have 2 bolts, one long, one short. The long one is gonna go right here. And the short one, switch sides again. It's gonna go right down here at the bottom. Rock this alternator. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's take us a reversible Torx. Figures. And we're going to tighten that one up. Bring this stud in. Let me see what size it is. I'll be right back. Alright, I got an E8 reversible Torx. Let's bring that in. Switch it over to a 15mm deep. Let's put the nut on there. And tighten these up. 1, 2, and then we're gonna go down there and tighten up this one right here. Alright, let's get those tight and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're gonna tighten up that 13mm nut right here. And I'm using a 13mm deep 3/8 drive with my swivel extension. And I'm gonna just sit here and you can tighten it up like this, or again, if you're comfortable with the cordless impact, you can just go ahead and tighten it up like that. So definitely I advise you to practice on that and get comfortable with it. It's coming out good. Alright guys, let's move on to the next step. We'll be right back. Alright guys, now we got a little cover right here, protector right here, that goes over the nut, and it just goes in there and just pushes right on, just like that. Alright, everything is looking great. Getting down there guys, we're getting down and get ready to start it. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's get our belt on. It goes around the alternator, around the water pump, AC compressor. And now let's go to the bottom. And we have, let's see if I can be out of your way. But I can't be in Sylvia's way.
Really?
Alright, so it's gonna go around. And this is the stretch fit belt. So we got the tool here. Install. Dang, install, man. I hate this thing. If I install like this. How the heck should it? Now that is supposed to go around there and go on? I don't think so. Okay, let's get our 18mm. Make sure it stays on the top upper pulleys as I'm turning. And figures it's like it wants to come off the water pump. Oh, that sucks. This is the most stupidest tool. Because the alternator, it came right off the alternator. Alright, so let's see if we can get this up there again. Can you put that alternator on the alternator? Alright. Let's try this again. You know, why can't... Oh, that's kind of... Honestly, guys, this is kind of dumb. Because, I mean, it's good, but then it starts walking off from the top. Installed. I'm gonna put it like this and get that thing to go around, stay there. That don't look like it's gonna do nothing. I should get me a different tool. Looks like it wants to go off the alternator again. How do they expect you to do this? Ah! It's coming off the alternator again. Starting to go back on. Okay, it's on. Okay, make sure it's on the gear, lined up on the there. On the alternator.
It is.
Alright, we got that on, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, guys, next thing we're gonna do is install our motor mount. So let's remove our 3 bolts right here. 2 and number 3. Okay, let's get this set up right there. Get them both set in there. Alright, let's go get us a socket. Get ready to tighten those up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, you know, before we tighten those up, let's put this bracket on right here. So we can get all this lined up together. too much. What we're going to do is tighten up these two first. So let's bring this up. Alright, that's an 18 millimeter. So I'm using the 18 millimeter deep 3/8 drive. And let's get those tightened up. Alright, now I'm just going to lower this just a little bit, just so it touches that mount. Okay. Now switch over to a 15 millimeter. Let's tighten up that one. Now I'm going to add a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension with my 15 millimeter and tighten up the 3 on the side. And actually what I can do now is let the jack down and then tighten those 3 up. So let's get those 3 tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, you know what? Let's get our plugs installed. Got me a nice little hose right here that I like to hook up the hose to the end. Throw
it on the ground.
Get your little anti-seize and we're going to call this the 007. I mean, we call this the 007. Just put a thin layer. Now even though NGK says don't use none, nowhere do they state that they're going to reimburse you if these plugs seize up inside the cylinder head. So use it. Gonna put a little bit right about there, and then bring it over to the engine. Lower it down into the one. All right, guys, battery went dead. We're gonna lower it down in there, and what you want to do is turn that by a few threads or even more. Just want to make sure that's going in there nice and easy and not cross threaded. All right, now let's get the other 3 in and we'll be right back. All right guys, let's get our last one started. Okay, now we're going to tighten it up, and I'm using a 16 millimeter, you can use a 5/8 deep socket 3/8 drive with a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension. And what you want to do is just bring this down. You want to turn till it stops and a little bit more. That's it. Do not over tighten or you will strip that head out or break that plug off in there. You're crazy in the face and all that. And a little bit more. Alright, let's get our other 2 done and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're gonna do, let's get this valve cover on. Look at this, man. Look at that melting. And this one looks really good. This is actually used. Check that out, man. Look at the other side of that. that's how that one is supposed to look. Oh my goodness. So this one is garbage now. What we are going to have to do, even though this hose is good, we got a new hose, a new plastic line and all, and it comes with this. So I hate these. Why to put those in there? Okay. Alright, so we got that. Let me see, bolts look, all the bolts are same position and all, except for this one over here. Let's put that over here. We don't need that. It's got the, even gave the 2 center bolts right here. Oh, that looks like kind of stuck. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we can throw that away. Let's turn this over. Take us a screwdriver. Take out the old gasket. And here's our new one. Your new one, it's going to have these little ridges on there. Those are to keep that gasket in place. So that's all we have to do is set it up and push them down in there and go all the way around. Maybe I should have got right here. get this on, and then I'll meet you over at the car. I'll be right back. Alright guys, before we put it on, take your gasket maker, and what you want to do is put a little dab right on each corner, in that little crease right there, over that side and over this side, just so that corner won't leak out or nothing. Alright, then you want to take your valve cover, and first you want, before you put it on, you want to turn it over to make sure the gasket don't come out. Because you don't need that to pop out while you're putting it on. You're going to have a serious oil leak. And once you get it on, bring it over, just slowly lower it down, just like that. And then you can take your fingers and just take each bolt and just turn them in by a couple threads, so we know they're not being cross-threaded. Okay, man, this is looking good. All right, let's get an 8mm deep 1/4" drive, about a 4" 1/4" drive extension, and your 1/4" drive ratchet. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, instead I got a 2" 1/4" drive extension. Now the valve cover, like if you can see up under that bolt, you see there's like metal sleeves in there, so you can't over tighten this. So what we're gonna do is start from the 2 in the center and bring that down some, and then bring this down some. Okay, now we're gonna tighten it up, and you're just gonna go till it stops, and then just a little bit more. That's it. Now go to this one, and a little bit more. Now you're gonna, how the heck I get stuff all over my hands, man. Now you're gonna start, like you got these 2 from the center. Now you're gonna work your way on these 4 out here. Now you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to this one, bring this one down, again till it stops, and then just a little snug it right up. Now that one, I'm gonna go to this one, then I'm gonna go to this one, then I'm gonna go to this one, and then I'm gonna do the 2 center ones, and then the last 4, I'm gonna crossways also. All right, so let's get all those done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is install our VVTs, and we did mark them so we know which way they go, but it don't matter because we got new ones anyway, right from Ford. Boy, they put these in, except for that one. These right here. All right, let's open all these up. Man, that looks nice. And what I'm going to do here, if I take these and I hold them up just like that, then I can see which way the let me go this way, which way the connector is. So I take this one and hold. Wow, these look kind of different too. So I know this one right here is the right side one. So let's go over to here. Let's take our little bolt out, and let's get that installed. Okay, let's get our bolt in there. Always, like I taught you, by a couple threads to make sure you're not cross-threaded. And let's see if that's still is an 8mm. And I'm not going to use the extension. And I'm just going to go ahead, tighten this up. You're going to go till it stops. and then just a little bit more. Okay, stop, and a little bit more. All right, let's get the other one in, and we'll be right back.